Welcome to Mike's Mr. October and More. You're looking at a poster of Reggie Jackson in the old style uniform. And the poster I received from Pickering Jim. So thanks again, Jim. I finally hung up the poster. Here's another Reggie Jackson card, plaque, newspaper cutout from the Daily News. Reggie Jackson when he was retiring. And a classic swing of Reggie Jackson with the beard, probably 74, 75 taken. Raisin Brand, Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt. Then I made this, mostly Hall of Famers, except for one, all autographed by Hall of Famers. I made this myself, cut out the squares. So that's one side of my sports room. Okay, so let's take a look-see of some baseball cards. Okay, so we're back here, and then, as you can see, I got a temporary background. I work in the grocery business, and Poland Spring / Pure Life is having this contest. You can win MLB tickets. But anyways, I thought this was cool, so I took it home with me, this little poster. So here's some of the players. I don't know all of them, so if you can identify them, just let me know. I know that's Trout, Witt, Ellie. Not sure who that is for the Astros. I don't know if that's Tatis. I don't know who that is for the Braves. And I guess that's, what, Rauschman for the Orioles. And then I have no idea. Is that Ramirez for the Cleveland Indians? I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd just show you that. I thought that was pretty neat. So I got to get into, before I get into the main topic of what I'm showing, I was going through some of my cards I hadn't looked at in years, and I found two cards I totally forgot about. And this first one is a 2001 Southpaw Greatness. Randy Johnson, Warren Spahn, Steve Carlton, Sandy Koufax. I think, personal opinion, Steve Carlton and Warren Spahn are so underrated. I really don't talk about them that much in the hobby business. And here's the back side. Just to show you what it looks like. And then I found this card. This is a total epitome of this Hall of Famer. It's a totally awesome card, and I love it. Ricky Henderson. Now, is that Ricky or what? After stealing the base, photographer getting down on the ground, taking a photo of Ricky. Totally awesome card. Awesome. All right. I'm going to show you a set. So we're going to go through it fairly quickly. I may mention some names. And I just wanted to tell you that there's been like the YouTube All-Stars coaches, managers. Honestly, I'm not going to get into that because, well, first of all, I just want to tell you, for those YouTubers who did mention me, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I am very honored that you mentioned me. You guys do lift me up at times, and I appreciate it, and thinking about me. I'm not going to do anything about that because there's so many good people out there. I run the risk of forgetting somebody, and just everybody's good across the board. So let's just leave it at that. By the way, I did plan on going to the East Coast National in White Plains this past weekend, but unfortunately I couldn't go. I took family over the baseball cards. My niece, her two sons, so my two great nephews, the twins, they turned one, so I couldn't pass it up. I figured I could go to another card show, and Pickering Jim had mentioned that there's a Philly card show coming soon, so I might go, yeah, it's in September 18th, I think, to the 21st. So I'll probably go on a Saturday by myself, or perhaps with my cousin, I'm not sure. But on a Saturday to the Philly card show. I've never been there, so hopefully I can meet some fellow YouTubers. I want to get a 60 mantle card is on my hit list. That's my big card purchase this year. And I want to try to finish up my 66 top set. I'm on the high numbers. I only got like 26 cards left, and then get some other cards. Try to get some Hall of Famers. But anyway, I got a set here, and this is going to be 3D baseball cards, and this is going to be 1980 complete set. So here we go. I remember seeing all these players playing on TV, or seen them personally at Yankee Stadium, because as I mentioned before, I used to go to Yankee Stadium all the time with my late father. So I saw quite a few of these players play. So here we go. Mike Flanagan, Raging Cajun, Ron Guidry. I saw him play at the stadium. Next one is Burt Blyleven. Great pitcher. And to me, you know, when I look at Burt Blyleven, I just can't believe the amount of strikeouts he's had in his career, you know. To me, he just doesn't seem like a strikeout pitcher. He's just kind of under the radar. Next one, Dave Kingman. Here you go, Tony. I got to mention people by first name, not by channel. So you probably knew who you are by first name there. And then next one, for another Tony, that's Jeff Newman, if I recall correctly. Here we go. Rogers, Steve Rogers. Yes, Steve Rogers. I do remember Steve Rogers vaguely. Here we go. Saw him play. He was a pain in the butt to the Yankees. George Brett. Never could forget the pine tar incident. I was really upset and disappointed that he beat Reggie Jackson out in 1980. Not to take anything away. He didn't have as many at-bats. He was partially injured that year. Excuse me. But well-deserved. Here you go. Again, Tony. Bruce Sutter. Stormin Gorman Thomas. Next one, Darryl Porter. He was a pretty good catcher. Kind of forgotten. Good catcher for the Royals. Dig those glasses, right? From the 70s and 80s. Roy Smalley. That's for Scott. Twins. Steve Carlton. Ray. Jim Palmer. Underwear man. I remember when he retired, and after 5 years he tried to do a comeback into the majors. Unfortunately, he didn't make the roster, but that would have been pretty amazing. Bob Baylor. I was at the game, no exaggeration, I still have the newspaper clipping. I was at the game when the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Yankees. I think it was like 18-3 or 18-6 or something. And Roy Howell drove in like 9 runs. There you go. Jason Thompson had some really good power. Tiger 727. There you go. Craig Nettles. Saw him play. Remember his batting stance. Great power. Great fielder. I feel he should be in the Hall of Fame. Definitely should be a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. If he made it as a third baseman, he would have the lowest batting average, but look at his numbers across the board and as a fielder. There you go, Ron Say, the Penguin. You ever watch videos of him rounding like first or third, he really looks like a penguin. I'm going to take these cards down, get a little full. Noah Ryan, Express. Alice Valentine. Remember Alice Valentine, Warren Cromartie, and Andre Dawson. What an outfield for the Expos. Larry Heisel. He developed into a real good player. Dave Cooper Parker just passed away and newly inducted. Very sad. Had some of his personal issues. Eddie Murray, I saw him play at Fenway Park against the Red Sox when I was in college. There's another Willie Pop Stargell. There you go, Mike. I forgot to mention you there, Mike. Pittsburgh Pirates. There you go, my man, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Saw Reggie play tons of times and hit a couple home runs. There you go, Jim. Yes. You know, for all the times I went to Yankee Stadium, I never saw the Red Sox play the Yankees. Never went to see them play. Because all the tickets were like, seemed like they were always sold out and just didn't want to deal with it. Ross Grimsley. Mike Schmidt. Andre Thornton. Tragic what happened to his family, his wife and daughter. Very tragic. He was a really good first baseman. Davey Lopes. Great second baseman. Or was it shortstop? I forgot which position it was. Second, yes, second. Ken Singleton. He developed into a really, really good player for the Orioles. He was originally the Expos and then Mets. Steve Garvey, I feel, should be in the Hall of Fame. Great player, great player. Look at his stats. Holds a record for most consecutive games played for the National League. Dave Winfield. I like the old style Padres uniforms. Kind of hideous, but they work for me. Julio Cruz. Nope, excuse me. Steve Kemp. There you go. I thought that was Julio Cruz for a second. Here we go. Claudio Washington also played for the Yankees and A's. That was at the time when they wore those hideous uniforms, looked like pajamas. Here we go. Pete Rose. There you go, Shannon. There you go, Pete Rose. Be in the Hall of Fame. Deservedly so. Should have been elected way earlier. Same with Shoeless Joe Jackson. Next one. Cesar Cedeno, so underrated. What a phenomenal player. Look at it. His stats. I think he might have been the only player to 3 consecutive seasons, 20 home runs, and over 50 stolen bases or something like that. I don't think anybody else has ever done that. So check it out. John Stearns of the Mets. Lee Mazzilli, the Italian Stallion, or Scallion, as Phil Rizzuto would say, because it was between him and Ron Say. I remember Phil Rizzuto saying that. Stallion and Scallion. Larry Boa, shortstop. Great shortstop. Remember him. Fred Lynn. There you go, Jim. Believe it or not, I never told anybody this, but I had a cat by the name of Freddie. He lived for 20 years, and I named my cat after Fred Lynn. True story. I called him Freddie. Great cat. I love that little guy. Carlton Fisk. The only Vermonter that's in the Hall of Fame, where my family's from. A little town under 3,000 people. Just outside of Killington. Here we go. Fighter Blue. We all know him. Oakland A's. Giants. Keith Hernandez. Never forget he was on a couple episodes with Steinfeld. And he was dating, what's her name? Elaine Bennis. Then she broke up with him because he was smoking. Now he's a Mets announcer. Jim Rice. Saw him play. at Fenway Park. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer, great player. He was kind of under the radar too as a player. Put up a great career though. Chet Lemon just passed away, unfortunately. Very steady. Yeah, we're getting near the end, guys. Fergie Jenkins from Canada. I never knew that for years. Cubs, Red Sox, Rangers. I might have forgotten who else he played for. Gary Matthews played for the Giants and Phillies, I think it was. Here we go. Tom Terrific, Mets, White Sox. I met him one time at a Baseball Writers Association dinner in New York City. Got some pictures of him. Got to show one of these days. I still have the ticket. I think it was $19.99 I met him. George Foster. There you go, Shannon. 1 year, 52 home runs. Phil Necro. I just want to show you the backside of the card here. Put up a great career, as we know. Hall of Famer. Yankees and whoever else he played with. I can't even remember. He had his brother Joe won over 200 games too. There we go. Johnny Bench. There you go. Just bought his 70 top super. Greatest catcher ever. Put these to the side. Getting there. Guys, hold on. Buddy Bell, so underrated. Follows Gus Bell. Lance Parrish, great catcher. So underrated. Look at his stats. Joaquin Andahar. Who could ever forget that World Series incident? The Cardinals blew that call. Don Baylor. I think he holds a MLB record for being hit most times. He played for the Angels there and the Orioles. Big guy, big guy. Jack Clark. Played for the Cardinals for a long time. J.R. Richard, phenomenal. Tragic end. Had that stroke on the field. Put up some unbelievable numbers. And Bruce Bochet. And last but not least, one of the best modern hitters, won like 7 or 8 batting titles. And that's Rod Carew. Would lean back on the batter's box. You could see the pitch coming. Great, great hitter. So I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Whoa. Hit that by accident. My finger. Give me 1 or 2 thumbs up. Even Bruce and Rod Carew like my episode. See, they're smiling. Like to comment. I answer all comments. And if you'd like to, join the party, subscribe to Mike's Mr. October More. Don't forget, I have a contest that ends this Saturday, August 23rd at midnight. And I will do a drawing probably on Sunday evening. I got about a dozen responses for my contest. I really appreciate it, everybody. You will win 2 prizes. Well, there's 2 prizes. One is a $25 eBay gift card, and the other one is the 77 Pepsi's gloves with some 7-Eleven coins. Great deal. I've gotten quite a few subscribers added. So I really appreciate everybody watching my channel. And thanks for watching Mike's Mr. October and More.